There's a truth we all need to embrace: your energy is your greatest currency. What you spend it on shapes your life. And yet, how often do we find ourselves caught up in the smallest, most insignificant details? Obsessing over what someone said, agonizing over a minor setback, or giving our time to things that don't even move us closer to our dreams. It's like trying to run a race while staring at the pebbles beneath your feet. You'll miss the finish line every time. You've got to stop focusing on the small things that don't matter. Because here's the reality: what you magnify grows. If you keep feeding the petty, the trivial, the unnecessary, then that's what will fill your life. But when you choose to elevate your thoughts and put your energy into the bigger picture, into your goals, into your calling, that's when life starts to shift. That's when you begin to rise. Think about it. How many times have you let a bad moment ruin your whole day? Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, or you got a text that rubbed you the wrong way. And before you know it, you're replaying that scene in your head over and over, letting it steal your peace. But why? What does holding on to that serve? You can't build a legacy on complaints. You can't create greatness by clinging to things that don't elevate you. Let me tell you this: your purpose is too big, your dreams are too grand, and your time is too precious to waste on the small stuff. The energy you give to what doesn't matter takes away from what does. Every time you focus on something that's beneath your potential, you rob yourself of the power to go higher. Your energy is your greatest currency invested in what truly matters, not in small, insignificant distractions. Every single day, you wake up with a limited supply of energy, like a bank account holding your most valuable resource. And just like with any bank account, you have to decide where to spend it. Too often, we find ourselves pouring our energy into things that don't serve us, things that don't elevate our lives, things that don't push us forward. We lose precious moments caught up in overthinking, stressing about what went wrong, or chasing approval from people who don't even matter in the grand scheme of our journey. But if your energy is your currency, shouldn't you spend it wisely? Shouldn't you allocate it toward building the life you truly want, the goals you dream about, and the legacy you're here to create? The truth is, distractions are everywhere. They come in the form of small arguments, petty complaints, and daily inconveniences. They show up in the way we scroll mindlessly through our phones or replay conversations in our heads that have long passed. Each of these moments, while seemingly small, takes a little bit of your energy, and when you add them all up, they steal away the reserves you could have used to do something meaningful. The things we focus on have a way of expanding. When you fixate on negativity, even something minor, it can start to feel enormous. It consumes you. It's like planting seeds in your garden. If you water the weeds, they'll take over and choke the flowers. Your mind and your energy work the same way. There's a reason people who achieve greatness seem so focused. It's not because they don't encounter distractions, it's because they don't let distractions win. They know their energy is sacred. They understand that every ounce of it needs to go toward their purpose, their growth, and their calling. This doesn't mean you ignore life's challenges or pretend everything is perfect. It means you choose not to let the small stuff weigh you down. It means you refuse to spend your currency on what doesn't bring you closer to where you want to be. Think about how much time and energy we waste on worrying. How many times have you found yourself caught up in scenarios that never actually happened? You stress over what someone might think, or you replay a mistake in your mind over and over, hoping to change the past. But the past is fixed, and the future is unwritten. The only thing you have is right now, in this moment. And what you do with this moment determines everything. Every time you choose to let go of the small distractions, you reclaim your power. You redirect your energy towards something that builds, something that inspires, something that lasts. It's not just about big dreams and goals, it's about how you live every single day. What you focus on becomes your reality. If you focus on what's missing, you'll see lack everywhere. If you focus on what's wrong, you'll find problems in everything. But if you focus on your potential, on your blessings, on the steps you can take right now, your life begins to shift. The energy you spend is not just gone, it multiplies. It grows whatever you've invested it in. That's why it's so important to invest it wisely. We've all heard the phrase, don't sweat the small stuff, but how often do we actually live by it? How often do we let the small stuff steal our peace? Someone cuts you off in traffic and suddenly your whole mood shifts. You make a tiny mistake at work and you let it ruin your confidence for the day. These are the moments where we need to pause and ask ourselves, is this worth my energy most of the time? The answer will be no. Most of the time, we're holding on to things that don't deserve space in our minds or hearts. Letting go of the small things is not about ignoring reality or pretending life is perfect. It's about deciding what matters most. It's about protecting your energy so you can use it to create the life you want. Imagine what would happen if every day you committed to spending your energy on things that matter on your growth, your dreams, your relationships, and your health. Imagine how much lighter you'd feel, how much more focused you'd be, and how much faster you'd move toward your goals. Your energy is not just currency, it's your power. And when you give your power away to things that don't matter, you're left feeling drained, defeated, and stuck. But when you reclaim your energy and spend it on what truly matters, you feel alive. You feel purposeful. You feel unstoppable. The small things will always try to grab your attention. That's life. But you have the power to decide where your focus goes. You have the ability to choose what you'll feed and what you'll starve. Every great accomplishment starts with a decision to prioritize. It starts with a commitment to say no to distractions and yes to what matters. Your life is too valuable to waste on things that don't move you forward. Your dreams are too important to put on hold for the sake of small worries. Every time you focus on something that matters, you're casting a vote for the life you want. Every time you let go of something small, you're making room for something greater. This is not always easy. It requires discipline, it requires awareness, and it requires a deep understanding of your own worth. You have to believe that your energy is precious. You have to know that you deserve to spend it on things that uplift you, inspire you, and bring you closer to your best self. When you believe this, everything changes. Your perspective shifts, your priorities realign. And suddenly, the small things don't seem so big anymore. Stop giving your energy to what doesn't serve you. Stop feeding the things that drain you. Instead, focus on what builds you, what lights you up, what fuels your fire. You have the power to choose. You have the power to choose. You have the power to direct your energy where it matters most. What you magnify grows, so focus on your purpose and dreams, not on trivial setbacks or petty concerns. Life has a way of pulling your attention in every direction. There are countless distractions, endless opinions, and obstacles that seem determined to knock you off your path. But what you choose to focus on becomes the foundation of your reality. It shapes how you see the world, how you feel about yourself, and the actions you take each day. When you magnify problems, they grow in size and weight, clouding your vision and taking up space where your dreams should reside. When you magnify your purpose, it becomes the driving force that leads you forward. There's something powerful about intention. When you decide to focus on your purpose, everything around you starts to shift. The challenges may still be there, but they no longer hold the same power over you. The distractions may still exist, but they begin to fade into the background. Your mind becomes clear, and your energy flows toward what truly matters. This isn't about ignoring the realities of life. It's about choosing what deserves your attention, what deserves your effort, and what deserves your time. How often do we let trivial setbacks consume us? A harsh word from someone, a moment of doubt, or a temporary failure can linger in our minds far longer than they should. These small moments don't define us, yet we allow them to take center stage. We replay them in our heads, magnifying their importance until they feel like insurmountable barriers. But the truth is, they are only as big as we make them. If we shift our focus away from those moments and toward the bigger picture, we reclaim our power. Your purpose is too important to be overshadowed by petty concerns. The small things that steal your focus are distractions, plain and simple. They don't contribute to your growth, your happiness, or your success. They are noise, and you have the power to turn the volume down. But to do that, you must first understand what you're magnifying in your life. Are you focusing on what you lack, or are you focusing on the abundance around you? Are you dwelling on what went wrong, or are you celebrating what's going right? These choices may seem small, but they create ripples that impact every part of your life. When you focus on your purpose, you start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. You recognize that every setback is a setup for growth. You begin to view challenges as lessons rather than failures. This shift in perspective doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you act. You move with intention, you speak with clarity, you show up in the world with a confidence that comes from knowing you're aligned with something bigger than yourself. Magnifying your purpose means giving your energy to the things that fuel your passion. It means dedicating your time to what lights you up inside. It's about saying yes to the things that bring you closer to your dreams and no to the things that pull you away from them. This isn't always easy. The world is full of distractions, and it's easy to get caught up in the chaos. But when you commit to focusing on your purpose, you create a sense of clarity and direction that allows you to navigate life with ease. The people who achieve greatness are not those who never face challenges. They are the ones who refuse to let those challenges define them. They choose to magnify their purpose rather than their problems. They focus on their dreams rather than their doubts. They pour their energy into what they want to create rather than what they want to avoid. This mindset doesn't just happen, it's a practice. It's a daily decision to redirect your focus, to remind yourself of what truly matters, and to let go of anything that doesn't align with your purpose. Imagine what your life would look like if you magnified your dreams every single day. Imagine how it would feel to wake up each morning with a clear sense of purpose and a commitment to pursuing it. The small setbacks and petty concerns would fade into the background, replaced by a deep sense of determination and excitement. You would find yourself moving through life with a sense of ease and confidence, knowing that your focus is exactly where it needs to be. The beauty of this practice is that it's available to you at any moment. You don't have to wait for the perfect time or the right circumstances to start focusing on your purpose. You can make the decision right now in this very moment to shift your focus away from what's holding you back and toward what's calling you forward. This shift doesn't require a dramatic change in your circumstances. It requires a change in your mindset. When you focus on your purpose, you begin to see the world differently. The things that once seemed impossible start to feel within reach. The obstacles that once felt overwhelming become manageable. The doubts that once held you back lose their power. This isn't because the challenges disappear, it's because your perspective changes. You're no longer looking at life through the lens of fear or frustration. You're looking at it through the lens of possibility and purpose. Magnifying your purpose doesn't mean ignoring the hard parts of life. It means choosing to see them as part of the journey rather than as barriers to your success. It means finding the lessons in the challenges and using them to fuel your growth. It means staying focused on the bigger picture, even when the small details try to pull you off course. The more you focus on your purpose, the more aligned your life becomes. You start to attract opportunities that align with your goals. You begin to meet people who support and uplift you. You find yourself in situations that push you closer to your dreams. This isn't magic, it's the power of focus. What you magnify grows, and when you magnify your purpose, your life expands in ways you never thought possible. Your dreams are worth your focus. Your purpose is worth your energy. Every time you choose to magnify what matters, you're taking a step closer to the life you've always wanted. Every time you let go of a petty concern or a trivial setback, you're reclaiming the energy you need to move forward. The choice is yours, and it's a choice you get to make every single day. Focus on your purpose. Magnify your dreams. Let everything else fall away. Your time is too precious to waste on things beneath your potential. Choose to rise above distractions and drama. Every moment of your life is an opportunity to build something extraordinary, to create a life that aligns with your dreams, your values, and your purpose. But how often do we let the noise of the world pull us away from what truly matters? How often do we find ourselves caught up in drama, in pointless arguments, or in situations that don't contribute to our growth? These moments steal not just your time, but also your energy, your focus, and your ability to move forward. Time is the one resource you can never get back. It is the most valuable asset you have, yet it's also the one we often take for granted. We spend hours scrolling through distractions, reliving past mistakes, or trying to win the approval of people who have no bearing on our future. But every second you spend on things that don't matter is a second you could have used to move closer to your goals, to connect with your loved ones, or to invest in your growth. Every moment wasted is a moment you'll never reclaim, and that's a cost you can't afford to keep paying. Rising above distractions and drama isn't about pretending life is perfect or ignoring the challenges you face. It's about making a conscious decision to prioritize what matters most. It's about recognizing when something isn't worth your time or energy and having the courage to let it go. This requires discipline, it requires clarity, and most of all, it requires a deep understanding of your worth. When you know your time is valuable, you stop giving it away so freely. You stop letting distractions dictate your days and drama define your decisions. The world is full of noise and it's easy to get pulled into it. There's always something happening, some conflict, some inconvenience, some distraction vying for your attention. But just because it's loud doesn't mean it's important. Not everything that demands your focus deserves it. Not every battle is yours to fight, and not every invitation to engage in drama is worth accepting. The ability to discern what's truly worth your time is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It allows you to protect your energy, maintain your focus, and stay aligned with your purpose. Think about the things that have consumed your time and energy recently. How many of them were truly meaningful? How many of them contributed to your growth or brought you closer to your goals? How many of them were simply distractions that pulled you off course? It's important to ask yourself these questions regularly because they reveal where your priorities truly lie. They show you whether you're spending your time on what matters or wasting it on what doesn't. Choosing to rise above distractions and drama is not about being dismissive or cold. It's about being intentional. It's about knowing that your time is limited and that you have a responsibility to use it wisely. This means saying no to the things that don't align with your values or your vision for your life. It means walking away from situations that drain you rather than fill you up. It means setting boundaries that protect your time and energy so you can invest them in the things that matter most. Boundaries are essential when it comes to protecting your time. Without them, it's easy to get pulled into other people's priorities, other people's problems, and other people's drama. But your time is not infinite, and it's not meant to be spent solving everyone else's issues or getting caught up in things that don't serve you. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, they're about creating space for what truly matters. They're about ensuring that your time is spent in ways that align with your purpose and your potential. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. This is why it's so important to be intentional with your yes. Don't say yes to distractions when your dreams are calling. Don't say yes to drama when your growth requires your focus. Don't say yes to anything that pulls you away from the life you're working to create. Your time is too precious to waste, and every yes you give should be a step toward the future you want. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who avoid challenges or live in perfect circumstances. They're the ones who know how to protect their time. They're the ones who understand that every moment is an opportunity to move closer to their goals, and they don't let distractions or drama derail them. They focus on what matters and they let go of what doesn't. This focus is not a natural talent, it's a choice. It's a choice you make every single day, every single moment. The truth is, drama will always exist. Distractions will always be there. The world is not going to stop trying to pull you off course just because you've decided to focus on your potential, but you have the power to rise above it. You have the power to decide what deserves your time and what doesn't. You have the power to choose where your energy goes and what you allow to take up space in your life. When you rise above distractions and drama, you create room for what truly matters. You free up your time and energy to invest in your growth, your relationships, and your dreams. You create space for joy, for creativity, and for progress. You make room for the things that elevate you and bring you closer to the life you want to live. This is not just about achieving success, it's about living with intention. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling, a life that reflects your values and your potential. Your time is your most precious resource, and it's up to you to use it wisely. It's up to you to protect it from the things that don't serve you. It's up to you to rise above the distractions and drama that try to pull you off course. This is not always easy. It requires strength, it requires clarity, and it requires a deep commitment to your own growth. But the rewards are worth it. When you choose to focus on what matters most, you unlock the potential to create a life that feels aligned, purposeful, and truly extraordinary. Small distractions can derail big dreams. Train your mind to stay focused on the bigger picture. In a world where we are constantly surrounded by noise, distractions, and the demands of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Every moment of your day, something is vying for your attention. A message pops up on your phone, an unexpected challenge arises at work, or a minor inconvenience takes up space in your mind. These small distractions, while seemingly insignificant in isolation, have a way of snowballing into major roadblocks when left unchecked. They chip away at your focus, consume your time, and divert your energy from the bigger picture. The bigger picture represents your purpose, your goals, and the vision you hold for your life. It is the guiding light that keeps you aligned with what you truly want to achieve. But staying focused on it requires discipline. It requires a conscious decision to rise above the distractions and stay committed to what you're working toward. It requires training your mind to recognize when you're being pulled off course and redirecting your focus back to where it belongs. This is not something that happens automatically. It's a practice, a skill you cultivate over time. Distractions often disguise themselves as urgent or important. They present themselves as things that demand your immediate attention, even when they have no real impact on your long-term goals. A minor disagreement with someone, a temporary setback, or even a piece of gossip can consume more of your energy than it deserves. These distractions may feel pressing in the moment, but they rarely contribute to the life you're trying to build. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, you realize how little these things matter in the grand scheme of things. Staying focused on the bigger picture means keeping your eyes on your goals, even when the path gets difficult. It means reminding yourself of why you started, what you're working toward, and what's at stake if you let distractions derail you. Your dreams are too important to be sidelined by small, insignificant interruptions. The time and energy you spend on distractions are resources you could be investing in your growth, your purpose, and your future. Every moment you choose to focus on what truly matters is a moment that brings you closer to achieving your dreams. Training your mind to stay focused begins with awareness. You have to recognize when you're being pulled off course. This requires mindfulness, the ability to pause and evaluate where your attention is going. Are you focusing on something that aligns with your goals, or are you giving your energy to something that doesn't matter? This awareness is the first step in reclaiming your focus. It allows you to make a conscious decision to redirect your attention back to the bigger picture. The journey to achieving your dreams is rarely a straight line. There will be detours, challenges, and moments of doubt. But staying focused on the bigger picture allows you to navigate these obstacles with clarity and confidence. It reminds you that every setback is temporary, every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and every step forward brings you closer to your goals. This mindset doesn't eliminate distractions, it equips you to handle them without losing sight of what truly matters. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who have achieved greatness in their fields. They didn't get there by accident. They got there because they stayed focused. They refused to let small distractions derail their dreams. They kept their eyes on the bigger picture, even when the path was uncertain. This level of focus is not reserved for a select few. It's something you can cultivate in your own life. It starts with a decision to prioritize what matters most and a commitment to follow through on that decision every single day. Your dreams are worth the effort it takes to stay focused. The bigger picture is worth the discipline it requires to rise above distractions. Every time you choose to focus on what truly matters, you're investing in your future. You're building a life that aligns with your values, your goals, and your purpose. This is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about making small, consistent choices that keep you moving forward, even when distractions try to pull you off course. The more you train your mind to stay focused, the easier it becomes to ignore the noise. The small distractions lose their power and the drama fades into the background. You start to see your life through the lens of possibility rather than frustration. You begin to recognize the opportunities around you and take steps toward realizing your potential. This clarity and confidence come from knowing that your focus is exactly where it needs to be on the bigger picture. Your time and energy are finite resources, and how you use them matters. Every moment you spend on distractions is a moment you could be using to build your dreams. Every time you allow small setbacks to derail you, you're delaying your progress. But when you train your mind to stay focused, you unlock the potential to achieve anything you set your mind to. You have the power to rise above the noise, to prioritize what matters, and to stay committed to your vision for your life. When you focus on small, irrelevant things, you block your path to greatness. Greatness requires a mindset that looks beyond the trivial, that refuses to be bogged down by the insignificant, and that recognizes the value of staying focused on what truly matters. But so often we find ourselves stuck in the weeds, giving our attention to things that don't serve us. We get caught up in minor inconveniences, petty arguments, and distractions that add no value to our lives. These small, irrelevant things have a way of consuming our energy, our time, and our potential, leaving little room for the pursuit of greatness. Greatness is not a destination reserved for the chosen few. It's a journey that anyone can embark on. But to walk that path, you must be willing to let go of the things that hold you back. You must be willing to rise above the noise and focus your energy on what truly matters. This begins with a shift in perspective. It begins with the realization that not everything deserves your attention. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every distraction is worth entertaining. But every day, you're presented with choices about where to direct your focus. Will you dwell on the small things, or will you invest your energy in the bigger picture? Will you let minor inconveniences derail you, or will you stay committed to your goals? These choices may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they shape the trajectory of your life. The more you focus on the small, irrelevant things, the more you block your path to greatness. But when you choose to let go of the trivial, you free yourself to pursue the extraordinary. Your energy is a precious resource, and where you direct it matters. When you focus on small, irrelevant things, you're essentially giving away your power. You're allowing external forces to dictate your emotions, your decisions, and your direction. This not only drains your energy, but also limits your ability to move forward. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of reaction rather than action, of responding to distractions rather than pursuing your purpose. But when you reclaim your energy and redirect it toward what matters most, you unlock your potential. You create the space to grow, to create, and to achieve. Letting go of small, irrelevant things doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or responsibilities in your life. It means prioritizing what truly matters. It means recognizing the difference between what's urgent and what's important, between what demands your attention and what deserves it. This requires clarity, a deep understanding of your values, your goals, and your purpose. It requires you to ask yourself, is this worth my time? Does this align with the life I'm trying to create? These questions serve as a compass guiding you away from the trivial and toward the meaningful. The path to greatness is rarely straightforward. It's filled with obstacles, detours, and moments of doubt. But the ability to stay focused on what matters, to rise above the small, irrelevant things, is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who don't. This focus is not a natural talent. It's a skill that you develop through practice and intention. It's a choice you make every day to prioritize your purpose over your distractions, your growth over your comfort, and your dreams over your fears. Distractions will always exist. There will always be noise, drama, and inconveniences trying to pull you off course. But you have the power to decide how much space these things take up in your mind and your life. You have the power to choose where your focus goes. This is not about ignoring reality. It's about being intentional with your energy. It's about deciding that your dreams are too important to be sidelined by things that don't matter. It's about recognizing that greatness requires discipline, focus, and the willingness to let go of the irrelevant. Think about the times when you've allowed small, irrelevant things to consume your energy. A minor inconvenience that ruined your day, a petty argument that distracted you from your goals, or a fear of judgment that held you back from taking action. These moments, while seemingly insignificant, have a cumulative effect. They add up, creating a barrier between you and the life you want to live. But when you choose to let go of these small things, you free yourself to move forward. You free yourself to focus on what truly matters and to take steps toward your greatness. Your focus is your greatest asset. It determines how far you go and how quickly you get there. When you allow small, irrelevant things to consume your attention, you're essentially giving away your power. You're letting external forces dictate your direction and your destiny. But when you reclaim your focus and direct it toward what truly matters, you unlock your potential. You create the space to pursue your purpose, to invest in your growth, and to build a life that aligns with your values. Letting go of small, irrelevant things is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about making small, consistent choices to focus on what matters most. These choices may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they create momentum. They build the habits, the mindset, and the discipline needed to achieve greatness. They allow you to rise above the noise, to see the bigger picture, and to stay committed to your goals, even when the path gets difficult. The world is full of distractions, and it's easy to get pulled into them. But just because something demands your attention doesn't mean it deserves it. Not every problem is yours to solve, and not every invitation to engage in drama is worth accepting. The ability to discern what's truly worth your time is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It allows you to protect your energy, maintain your focus, and stay aligned with your purpose. It allows you to rise above the small, irrelevant things and focus on the life you're trying to create. When you focus on what truly matters, you create space for growth, creativity, and progress. You free up your energy to invest in your dreams, your relationships, and your purpose. You make room for the things that elevate you and bring you closer to the life you want to live. This is not just about achieving success, it's about living with intention. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling, a life that reflects your values and your potential. Greatness is not about being perfect, it's about being purposeful. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are finite resources and using them wisely. It's about choosing to focus on what matters most and letting go of the things that don't. This requires courage, discipline, and a deep commitment to your own growth, but the rewards are worth it. When you choose to rise above the small, irrelevant things, you unlock the potential to create a life that feels aligned, purposeful, and truly extraordinary.